my beautiful Nicolettes, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing another fitness video, and you guys know I love making my fitness videos, and if you haven't seen it already, I have a whole playlist down below for you guys. I'll link it. It just has a ton of different fitness tricks and tips and at-home workouts you could do and routines and all of that stuff, so make sure you guys go check it out. Today I thought I would do a whole video on 8 reasons why you're not losing weight, or maybe you've plateaued or something like that. Of course, by no means am I saying that you have to lose weight or something like that, but this is just for the people that are maybe trying to lose some weight and are on a healthy lifestyle journey. These are some reasons that maybe you have not thought of, that is some of the reasons why you may not be losing the weight that you want. And also, before I begin, if you go over right now to my Instagram, you follow me and comment on my latest post, tell me you're coming from this video, I will go spam you as long as your accounts are not private. But I do like to post a ton of workouts that I do pretty much every single day. When I'm at the gym, I usually post my workouts on Instagram story, so definitely go follow me on there if you're not already. A thumbs up if you guys like this and want more fitness videos, because I'll definitely do some more for you guys. But I'm just gonna jump into the reasons now. Reason number 1, you may not be losing weight or you may be plateauing, is you're eating not enough food. So a lot of the times what people do when they're trying to lose weight is they go on these fad diets, these crash diets, and it's just unsustainable, and it's not healthy for your body as well. So I used to think when you want to lose weight, you go on a diet, because growing up they promote so many diets. You need to do this diet, you need to do this one really works. When really, in the end of the day, no diet is good for you. What you have to do is make a healthy lifestyle change. So a lot of the times as well, when people are like, I need to lose weight, they just think, well, I have to cut my calories down by a lot. But in the end of the day, is that really sustainable? So you don't want to set yourself up for failure. You want to set yourself up for success. So you have to make sure that you are doing a realistic goal, and you have realistic goals, and you're doing a realistic approach. A lot of the times when we are eating too little, our body goes into starvation mode and our body starts to store some fat. So it's storing all the fat and calories because our body is in starvation mode. So it's super important to make sure that you're providing your body with the proper nutrients and the proper amount of food. Reason number 2, maybe you actually may be overeating without even knowing it. So a little tip I have for you guys is to make sure you look at the labels of your food, because a lot of the times when I was younger, I used to just look at the calories and I'm like, oh, this isn't much calories, so I'm good. But realistically, what I do is I look at my macros. I'm not someone that tracks my macros completely, but when I am looking at new products or I'm looking at new things to buy, I make sure I check the carbs, I make sure I check the fats and proteins, because those are the most important 3 things to check when it comes to food that you're gonna put into your body. So a lot of the times, don't let it fool you. You may think it's healthy, but in the end, make sure you're always reading your labels when you are going grocery shopping and stuff like that, because it's important to see what you're putting into your body. And with that, cutting out sugary drinks is a super big one. I'm someone that just does not drink sugary drinks. It's really rare. Once in a while I will, but I just find cutting it out completely is the best thing to do for your body, because they are just so unhealthy for you. Having Coke and Pepsi and all that is not good for you. Even things such as Gatorade and vitamin water and all that stuff, it just has so much sugar in it, which is very bad for the body. So cutting that out, you're really gonna notice a really big difference if you're someone who's a huge like soda drinker, and as well as making sure you have less processed food. So if you're just constantly having processed food, obviously that's not as good for you. So really just paying attention to what you're putting into your body and really seeing if it is truly healthy for you. I'm gonna give you guys an example. So this is Arizona green tea, which may add is it is good, I must say, but this is so bad for you. It has so much sugar in it. So before, I used to look at the calories, so it says 70 calories per cup, which you think that's not a lot, and there's 0 grams of fat, and you're like, oh, this is great, I'm just gonna have this. But it's actually 17 grams of sugar for 1 cup, and in this whole can, there's about over 40 something grams of sugar, which is way too much to even have in one day, and this is just so bad for you. So cutting out those drinks and making sure you look at the back to make sure you're knowing what you're ingesting into your body. Number 3 reason why is you're not eating enough fiber. So I actually love to start my day off with fiber-rich breakfast, which I filmed that in another video. I think it was like my lazy fitness hacks or fitness routine. I'll link them down below for you guys to check out. But I just find a lot of people don't eat enough fiber, and fiber is super good for aiding digestion. It also gives you a sense of fullness. So making sure that you have fiber in your diet is super important, and you can really get that from eating things such as oatmeal, and that's a large part of where I get my fiber. I have oatmeal pretty much every single day, and I just find it's so much better for your digestion. Reason number 4 is that you're not drinking enough water. And I know I say this pretty much in all of my videos, and you hear all the time, but drinking water does have a ton of health benefits for you, and I'm actually going to share with you guys reasons why, because I went more into detail and researched more about it to really understand why. So when you're drinking enough water, it leads to proper kidney function. However, if you're dehydrated, pretty much what it does is it impairs that. So your liver is gonna work twice as hard. And our liver is the organ that is responsible for metabolizing fat. So if your liver has to work twice as hard to remove all the toxins in your body, it's not gonna efficiently metabolize your fat that it would have done if you were just hydrated. Every single day, I basically pick a water bottle. This one is the water bottle of the day, and I actually love this one because it's the Swell water bottle. And pretty much what that means is it keeps it cold all day. So even if this is sitting in the sun, as long as the lid is closed, it's gonna be super cold, which is nice because I hate warm water. It needs to be freezing cold water. But what I do is I try to take this with me everywhere, and I fill it up once it's done. So every time it's done, I make a conscious effort to just keep filling it up through the day. And I've really been trying to drink water a lot more. Sometimes I do slack, but I've really been trying to make a conscious effort to increase my water intake. And a little tip, which I know it's a little bit TMI, but I like to think, I know that they usually say you should drink 8 cups of water a day. However, when you're working out, you should be drinking water constantly throughout your workout because you're gonna become dehydrated. And I just find that making sure that I'm drinking enough to the point where when I go to the washroom, it turns clear as opposed to yellow. I know a little bit TMI, but we all go to the washroom. But if it's clear, you're more like, you're hydrated. If it's, the more less clear it is, the more dehydrated you are. So that's a really good way to see if you're hydrated or not hydrated. Reason number 5 is you're too stressed. So stress actually leads to an increase in hormone called cortisol, and cortisol makes you store a lot of fat in your body. So a lot of the times that we are super stressed, and I totally understand this because when I was in school, I was always stressed. When you're working, you just have so many commitments, but it's important to make sure that you are not stressing your body out because it's just so unhealthy for you. When you increase cortisol level, it leads to the storage of fat, and that's something you do not want. So making sure that you take time for yourself, doing breathing exercises, listening to music on your own, or just something I like to do is organize my days the night before. I feel so much better when everything's less cluttered and organized and stuff like that. So it's important to find ways to deal with your stress when you do become stressed, because of course throughout life we all become stressed one day or another. Reason number 6 is you are not getting enough sleep. So sleep is super important, and it affects your health in ways that you probably don't even know. They say you should have about 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. The reason for this is sleep actually reduces cortisol level, and it produces this hormone called growth hormone. And that does the opposite of cortisol. It helps to burn fat, and it helps to aid fat loss. It helps to strengthen your immune system, and it just makes sure that your organs are working properly. So sleep is super important because it helps to repair your body, and it does a lot more than you think. So it's important to always get that 7 to 8 hours. I know sometimes it's really hard because when I was in university, I used to pull so many all-nighters, which was so bad for my body, but try and schedule your time around so that you can fit those 7 to 8 hours in every single night. Reason number 7, so the last 2 reasons are gonna be all about working out and stuff like that, because I know diet and the way that you eat is super important. That's pretty much what's gonna really help you to lose the weight, but it is important to exercise. However, if you exercise so much and just go home and eat like crap, you're gonna gain weight, or you're not gonna lose any weight at all. You can't just exercise a little bit and then eat whatever you want. So reason number 7 is to add strength training into your workouts. A lot of girls are told if you want to lose weight, just run on the treadmill, do a bunch of cardio, but in the end of the day, you have to add strength training. Muscle actually helps you burn fat faster, and as well as burn calories more efficiently. So it's important to add that strength training in as well as add your cardio. And by strength training, you need to lift weights, do some exercises like that and things, and I know a lot of girls don't want to like bulk up, so a little way that I have to avoid that if you're kind of scared of that, which just because you do strength training, you won't just like become super bulky or something like that, But something I like to do is, if you want to tone yourself, you could just lift weights and just do more sets and reps and less weight, as opposed to doing heavy weights and less reps. So that's a really good way to just tone everything. But it is really important to add that strength training in. And that leads me to reason number 8, which pretty much what that is to add variety into your workouts. So if you just do the same thing every single day and it just keeps getting repetitive and it's the same thing day after day after day, your body's gonna get used to it, you're gonna plateau, and you're not gonna lose any weight. So it's important to switch it up, do different workout routines. I have full at-home workouts that you guys can follow me along with. I'll link them down below. I will be having a leg and butt video coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But basically, by switching up your workouts, it's gonna make sure your body doesn't get used to it and you're working different muscles as well. So I like to go to the gym and I like to work different parts of my body every single day. I don't do leg day every single day. I'll do leg day one day and do stomach next day, or do arms and back. So it's important to separate that as well, and to just have variety and switch it up. And there's so many at-home workouts that you could do by finding them on YouTube, on Instagram, and just finding little workouts and incorporating it into your routine is really gonna make a difference, and you're gonna see that difference. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs it up if you did. Hit that subscribe button down below to join the Nicolette's Fam Gym. Circle uploads every other day here on my channel. And as well as, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, evening, or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!